Hello, this is William McKissock with Schooley Mitchell, your expense reduction specialist. And one word of caution as a reminder, this is not my day job. This is my way of helping promote other businesses on social media. And today with me, I have Bob Bruner. He is the owner with West Florida Locks. Welcome to the show, Bob.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. So a little bit about Bob. Bob is the owner with West Florida Locks. It's a full-service mobile locksmith covering Hillsborough, Pasco, and Pinellas counties. So he works across the tri-counties in the Tampa Bay area. To get things rolling, Bob, tell me a little bit more about you.
Okay. My name is Bob Bruner. I have lived in the Tampa Bay area for 37 years. My original place of birth is Virginia, and I've lived in Colorado, Missouri. This is home for me, warm weather and fishing and locksmithing. So I'm not married currently right now. I'm engaged, and that'll be taking place after the first of the year.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm glad to be of service of people in the business I'm in, which is locksmithing.
So tell me a little bit more. What does West Florida Locks do as a service? What is it you offer? But also importantly, to let people know what you don't do.
Right. Locksmithing encompasses a lot of variations. There are locksmiths that do just automobile car keys, programming. I do not do that. Some of them just do house rekeys, which I do. And I do that for residential and businesses. And unlocking service, I also do that for businesses and homes and cars. And I do a little bit of safe work, but not much. And access control, where you swipe a card to have access to go into a building. I do that on a limited basis. And we do, of course, lock sales and service, and we repair locks. We make keys for locks. But that kind of encompasses what I do and what other locksmiths do. So I don't do any car keys, just basically rekeying commercial properties and rekeying residential properties and lockout services for both of those, as well as automotive and some access control.
It's funny going through the list there. I can see the need for your service so much so, because if you think of all those places and all those items that you talked about, there must be so much opportunity for people to lose things, and we all do. We all lose keys and we lose cards and we get locked out of things. So a very valuable service. So what is your target market? Obviously, there's quite a lot over there between cars and houses and key machines. What does your target market look like? Who is it you're trying to reach? My
primary target market would be when a husband and wife family has moved into a new home, or someone has gotten into a new business, or someone that has turnover in a new business, like management has turnover and they need to rekey that property. That would be rekeying. I consider myself a rekey specialist. And then on the flip side, it's mostly, there's a lot of folks, like you said, lock themselves out of their vehicles or lose their keys to their house. They've locked themselves out of their house. So that would be a big target market for me, for those folks that have, bought new residence, or they had a roommate they had to get rid of, so they need the locks rekeyed. And that's primarily the target market that I'm looking for. Ages, anywhere from 24 on up. People elderly in their 80s, call upon me a lot.
Okay. And with COVID, how's that affected your business in particular, but the locksmith business industry?
It hasn't hurt me up to this point, because there's Tampa Bay market has a strong housing market. There's a lot of homes that are being sold on a regular basis. This hasn't slowed the realtor market down, and the interest rates have been low, so that's helped. And there's a lot of folks moving into the Florida market daily, so that's helped that. And then you have local people that haven't moved anywhere, that they lock themselves out of their vehicles, or they've lost their keys, and or their homes, they've locked themselves out of their homes. So it hasn't really affected me per se as of yet.
Okay. Obviously, we talked about COVID and the services you do. Leading into the Christmas holiday, how's that going to affect the hours that you perform your duties? And what changes is it going to make to you over the holidays, if any, over the Christmas period?
Yeah, obviously Christmas Day, I'm not going to be available. New Year's Eve probably won't be available. But other than that, I'm a 24/7 locksmith. So that means I'm available, around the clock. Somebody calls me 2 o'clock in the morning, they're locked out, I'll come see them. So I might be able to do some of that on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but very limited. Just those 2 days, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, and New Year's Day and Christmas Day might be limited. But other than that, full scale locksmithing.
Well, for anybody watching this show today, you can see that Bob obviously offers a high quality service, something that's always a demand for. And as I asked that last question at the end over the Christmas period, he's going to be almost available 100% of the time. He has to get a break occasionally. We all have to get a break. But as you can see, Bob's there for you if and when you need him 24/7. Bob, thank you very much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
William, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to spend some time with you.
And just for a point of note, for anybody watching this, Bob's details are underneath his portion of the video. So his details are there, his website, his phone number, everything's there. Please reach out if you need his service, or should I say when you need his service. Again, thank you very much, Bob.
Thank you. Have a great holiday.
You too. I'll now hand it over to Dave for the weather.